Hi guys, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today is Saturday and I thought we would have some fun just crafting and making something kind of cool. I was playing with paper and I decided to try and make a little notebook that's got some built-in pockets. So this is what we're going to make today out of our 12 by 12 sheets. And as you can see, we've got a pocket here, and then we have another pocket here, and another pocket here, and then it's a notepad. So you can put this in your journal. Can be an extra that you know, I haven't decorated this one at all yet, but we might decorate this one or another one later on. But I just thought we would come along and pick some papers out of our pads. If you have an extra pad and you want to make it with me, then grab that paper and let's get started. Pardon me. So I have my Tim Holtz here. Let me get a drink of water. I've got a little frog in my throat. Okay. So we have our Tim Holtz, of course. Our lovely, lovely Tim Holtz. I do like this pad a lot. I might have to order a second one just so I can have it. Let's see. I think I'll do one with this paper. And then I grabbed my other favorite. I love the Haberdashery by the Paper Studio. Such a nice pad. Let's see. Looks like a good page. Oh, I love that one. There's certain ones I like to keep just because I'm hoarding them. I love them so much. This is one of those pieces. This is my second Haberdashery pad. I think I mentioned that to you guys before. This is another one I love. And this one, look at that. That would make a nice little notebook. And then this pad I got from Michael's, Fantasy Floral. And it's a pretty double-sided pad. Just some beautiful, let's see. I have not played with this one in a minute. Let's do this one. I can get it out of there. Oops, sorry guys if I bumped that camera. Now this one I'm gonna have to do a little trimming on the edge here and bring this up. Let's see if I can, how good I can do. Oh wow, they even have the hole all the way down into the picture. That's not good, right? I think that's why I don't buy those pads anymore. I mean, you're losing like 1/4 of an inch on one side. That's not cool. I'm gonna trim that here. Pretty crooked, I think, if I'm really looking at it, but it's all right. It's all right. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna decide which direction you want your paper to go. In my case, it's deciding which direction I want the paper to go, and I think I want them to go up and down. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold this in half, and you can make this. And I might do that because you can cut these down and make them a little bit smaller. You know, because I think let me check. Yeah, because if I were to put this in, say I wanted to glue this onto a page in my journal, it would be way too wide, okay? I would have to bring it down at least by 1/2 inch, because my journals are usually the pages, you know, about 5.5 inches wide. So yeah, it would not quite work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this, and the booklet's going to be opening and closing. Wait, did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. Oh well, it's okay. Anyway, when we do this part, we are going to want to, you can't see it as well in this one because I made it very thin, but I have another sample over here. I'll show you that you can actually do this and give yourself a little spine by the way you fold your paper, okay? So in this one, I did the spine a little bit wider. I could have added more paper than I did. It was basically just testing it out to see how it would go. In this one, I don't have any paper in it, but you can see that I did give it a spine, okay? And that just gives you that room to open and close. I mean, to have more paper in there, to treat it like a little journal. And then in this one, I gave it a very tiny spine, okay? So what you're gonna do, and you can do measuring, I just eyeball it. I'm gonna give this one about probably 1/8 of an inch on each side, okay? So when I fold it, and then you know what? I'm sorry, I'm studying this for just a second. I want to make sure that I'm going to go ahead and trim this first, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hold it like this, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to cut off about 1 inch, well, about 3/4 of an inch, I'd say. The reason I'm doing that is because of what I just said, because I would like to be able to glue it in, not just have it as like a pull-out journal, and to do that, I'm going to need it to be a little bit narrower. Okay, so now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to give it about 1/8, and of course my cut is a little uneven, so just pay attention to when you're doing this. If you do trim it off, and you trim it by hand like I did, pay attention to your sides. Make sure your sides are even. Don't pay as much attention to this, because I will probably trim this once again once I get it folded. So now I'm going to turn it the other way, and I'm just going to kind of arch that, and I'm going to do the same thing, even up my sides. And even though my cut is a little off, I'm paying attention to I'm paying attention to the edges to make sure the paper lines up. And then I'm going to hold it really tight and press in, okay? And that is going to create that spine. Okay, see? Now I have about 1/8 of an inch on a spine. See? Now, the next step is you're going to bring up from the bottom up to the top, okay? And now we're going to fold. And I was thinking last night, there are a couple of different ways we can do this, but I'm going to show you the way I did the initial ones that I showed you already. You're going to bring it right close to that fold, okay? And you're going to make a triangle. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You know, bring it as even as you can and bring it right to that fold. You don't want to go over the line of the fold though, because you want it to still be able to open and close. So be careful when you're folding. Don't fold past, like I almost did right there. Don't fold past that, okay? All right. Now you're going to fold it up. You can see there is your little booklet, okay? Now we're going to use some glue. I should have went through my list of what you need. Paper, bone folder if you have it, scissors if you don't have a bone folder, scissor handles. You're going to need some paper to fill it once we get this part done, and you're going to need whatever glue you choose. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to go, I'm going to move my other paper, I'm going to get glue on it. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go along the edges, right along this edge. Doesn't need a ton of glue, just enough to seal that down on the inside. Okay, and I'm going to get my dry wipe, press, and then I'll rub it. Same thing over here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to go ahead and just glue along this edge and along this edge. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Have you guys been doing anything fun today? Did you go anywhere? Did you stay home and get some crafting done? That's always fun. That's my favorite weekend. I know, probably most of yours too. Okay, so now you're going to get your scissors, and we're going to hold this at the corner, and just very, very closely we're going to cut off this fold, okay, at the bottom of that triangle that you created. And you're going to go all the way up to the top, and what that's doing is opening this up, and because you glued it here, it's giving you a little tuck spot pocket. Okay, now I'm going to take it and turn it over and do the other side, and just closely at the edge. As straight as possible. Without mine keeps jumping off the mark there. Okay, there we go. And now we have that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go down this, up the center of your spine, okay, and you're just going to run a bead of glue, and now you're going to lay that down. Okay, and now you have your little booklet. Okay. Make sure and kind of press your crease down again, just to make sure it's as even as possible. Now, at this point, if you wanted, you could even like glue these little sides down if you have them. The reason I have them in this one and I don't really have them in this one is because I trimmed off part of the paper. When you trim off part of the paper, it, you know, you're not coming down flush on that curve, on that corner, because you changed the size and the shape, because it's no longer a square like it was before. Now I'm just gonna make sure that my spine is nice and flat there, or that it's very, you know, defined on my fold. Okay. Now before we put any paper in these, I'm going to go ahead and do some more on, I'm going to do this one this time, and I want, I'm wondering if I go that, and this will be my, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to make this part go up, and I know it's upside down, but it's also going to be folded in on itself. It's going to be the part that is triangled as a pocket, so I'm not going to worry about which direction, because the way I'm folding it, I have this butterfly on the front. Okay, and I'm not going to cut this one. I think I want this one to float, so I'm just going to take it over. And like I said, about 1/8 of an inch. Make sure your sides are even. Okay. and do the same thing. It's a little harder this time because we have that fold over there, but that's okay. It can be done. Okay, we're going to do it again, about 1/8 of an inch. If I can get that to stop moving, there we go. Okay, once you get that settled where you want it, hold it nice and tight, because now it's going to, because of the curve, it's going to want to move, but just if you hold on to this side really tight, you can get it to force its way over that fold and make a new fold next to it. Okay, there we go. There's my spine. See? Now we fold it in, and we're going to do our, and oh, and you know what, I was thinking, I was going to tell you guys, we could do these in different ways. You can also do, like, let's see, would that work? Nah, that won't work. I was wrong. I was thinking about it last night in bed. It made sense in my head, but now I'd have to play with it and see what we could do. Anyway, you're going to fold this up, like I said, as close but without going over to the side here on your spine. Okay. And again, I just kind of putting my nail right there because it's stopping me from going beyond that point, which is where I don't want to go. I want to stay just in front of it. Okay, now go up, make sure we're good. Okay. And I also, on these, I do like this top edge rounded here. I didn't do that on this one, but I like that look. This one's definitely going to have to be evened out a little bit, I can tell, from the cutting. My hand, my by hand cutting is. There we go. That's a little better. That backside's not better. There we go. Okay, that looks better. I was trying to do all this measuring yesterday with this other project I'm fiddling with, trying to work out the way I want to do it to show you guys. And oh my goodness, trying to fold and measure this paper, and me with it's just a crack up. I was laughing. I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I'll end up showing it to him because I'm just doing such a bad job. It's like it's always, every time I get done, I have to trim this hair's breadth off on one side because it comes out just the wrong size, you know, just too tall on one side, too high. I'm like, and I'm measuring it and thinking I'm doing it right. Nope, nope, nope. Somewhere along the line, I am missing it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll figure it out though, and I'll show you guys when I do. There we go. Nice thin line again. Wow, I'm shocked at how straight I'm moving. That's really nice. Shouldn't speak too soon though, right? Okay. All right. Press that down just a little more. It doesn't seem to be sticking. There we go. And again, coming close and trim off that fold. Now, if you wanted, I'm thinking you could probably do it like, I don't know, part of the way and like leave part of this as a pocket. You know what I mean? Like stop there and you could still get into it, but you know, and then it would be not open all the way to the end. But I kind of liked these as a tuck spot. I don't know, I thought they were kind of just cool little tuck spots here. Make sure I got it all. Okay. Look at that. Oh, I love that one. That's pretty. That one looks cool. And again, you're going to run a thin bead of glue up the center of your spine. And now we can sew these in, our papers, our signature. We can sew it in. We can glue. We can do a hand sewing. We can do it on the machine. I did, with this one I stapled, but I'm thinking I might do a sew-in on one of these just so we can, you know, I probably won't do it on camera, but I want to show you guys, you know, because you would just sew a straight stitch down the center. But yeah. Okay. Let me see. Okay, we're going to go up the center, fold it in half. You guys probably know the drill now. It's not rocket science. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a mass make, but not, I wanted to do this. I just wanted, on Saturdays and Sundays, I just like to craft, and this is something I wanted to work on for my journals, you know, and have in my stash, so I just thought, like always, I'd bring you guys along and do it with you here. Dropped my bone folder. Okay, again, fold this over until you're at about 1/8 of an inch, or whatever size. You can do it wider or narrower, depending on how much paper, how many signatures you'd like to put in this little notebook. It's up to you. This is all, you know, this is just about the size I want it. I had done it a little wider on that one and felt like I had way too much room and didn't really need the spine to be that big, so that's why I changed how I was doing it, and I'm doing it a little bit thinner. But it's completely up to you how you want it done. Okay. All right. Now we're going to bring this up. Let's see. I like this. I don't think it really. Let's see. Yeah. But then my flowers on the inside are upside down, so I'll have to do it this way. Yeah. It'll look better, so that's fine. Okay. In my case right now, the outside did not need, oops, oh, I just tore that. Shucks. Well, we're going to do it anyway, and I'll trim that part. That's on the part that gets trimmed anyway, so that's coming off. Anyway, what I was going to say is, just because these flowers look obviously right side up, these flowers don't, so I don't think it'll hurt for those on the outside to technically be upside down, because you can't really tell that they're upside down. So, yeah. Okay. Guess my nail is sharper than the paper could handle right then. See, I went a little far because that folded. Yep. No, I don't know why it's rubbing. The other one didn't. It's weird. Okay. All right. Yeah, these are kind of cute. I mean, I think they'll be a fun little addition to our journal. And even actually, you guys could make something like this as a gift for customers when they buy something, or you could do it as just as a little gift to somebody. You know, if you make your spine wider, you can put more signature, and you can make your signature thicker, and actually could make a cute little notebook out of these. I mean, they've got a lot of potential, so I liked them. I like to do extra notebooks that are like removable, you know, the floating inside journals. I think it's nice for the person who purchases it to maybe have that little extra notebook that maybe they're going somewhere that they don't want to carry their whole journal, you know, the big old chunky monkey that they bought, but they want to bring, you know, something to write with. And so I think about, you know, they go to church or Bible study, or they go down to the coffee shop and they just want something to write notes in. Yeah, so that's why I like to, if I can, I like to put them in my journals. So, oh, that one's pretty, huh? And it actually, I think it did work out that it's on the right side. That's cool. Okay. And I've got one more piece of paper over here I'm going to do. Okay. And then we will, let's see. Let's do it. Sorry, I was just debating on what the right direction was with this, because the pen's going in all different ways. Right. Now this haberdashery paper is super like stiff and thick cardstock, and it's almost like a butcher block paper. Yeah, so it kind of wants to fight with me a little more than the regular paper pads do. Okay. But I shall not be beaten. All right. Okay. I'm only going to fill one with paper today, and then we'll decorate it. I have not decorated these yet, so that should be interesting and fun. I did put my signatures together for my art journal. I think I'm gonna make I took one of my history books. It is a book on homes, gardens, and architecture. Am I saying that right? Architecture in England. And I've had it for years. I actually like to write, and I was working on a book years ago that I needed to do research about the UK, you know, especially England. And so I have a lot of books on that subject. And they're vintage, you know, they're old books. They're history books, basically. I bought them, like I said, for research. I didn't buy them to tear them down. And so today was the first day I ever tore one of them down. And oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, I think it almost killed me. I was like, this is the book. It's The English Country House. And I actually tore it down for real. Like, I did it, you guys. It hurt. And yeah, I've got the cover, the dust jacket taped on so it wouldn't be messed up, and you know, but it is a super old book. And I was thinking, it's got 269 plates, and 22 of those are in color. So it's got all these beautiful pictures of the English country house, and the furnishings, and the castles, and I mean, you know, just amazing pictures. So I was taking it apart, and I'm thinking, I may need to do a digital kit with these, just so people have access to some of these pictures before I really do much damage. So the only pages I wanted to put some in my my journal. I'm not big, I used to be, but I'm not a big magazine person, so I don't have a ton of like magazines that I would use. But I wanted to try doing some stuff with, you know, in my art journal that I'll need to you know, that I'd want some color behind me and stuff. And I thought, well, what better way than to use these beautiful antique pictures, you know, these beautiful pictures, and have them be my backdrop for my art, you know. And so I am thinking, though, before I really utilize a lot of them, I need to scan these pictures and make them available to you guys. So I'm going to work on the majority of the book. I think is going to be cut apart and scanned in like individual pictures. The parts I used for my art journal are the pages that either were single pages they tore away from the main page, or they were the colored pages that stayed together well, that I can sew them into the signatures. So yeah, those are the ones I'm going to use for me. And the rest of the book, which is probably like 96% of it or something, I mean, it's a huge stack of the book, is going to go into various digital kits. And they'll be available in the Etsy shop. I'll let you guys know when. This will be down the road because it takes a minute for my computer to scan. I don't know about you guys, but my printer has a tendency to be like, I'm going as slow as I want, and you can't make me go any faster, you know. And she's right, I can't. She's stubborn and slow, and that's the way it is. So I just have to kind of deal with it. So I've got this this pretty one with the butterfly, and this one. I like all of those. So I'm going to grab some paper. I've got it right here. And I wanted to do some of my, like the leather look, some of that. Let's see. Brown piece here would be cool. Oh, I like this one. I love that one. I did, that's in my digital. I did some stamping on top of the, I spritzed it with, it was coffee dyed. I spritzed it with Tim Holtz, you know, the oxide spray. And then I then I stamped in like the timber brown words. And I just think that looks so pretty. I like that one. So that will go in here. And then I'm going to do a few. Sorry, trying to get this to go back in. It's fighting with me. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. Oh, this page has it. Well, it'll be torn down anyway, a little bit. So hopefully it'll work. I think I'll do that page as my front page. I just kind of like to mix up my pages a little bit. Man, I've got like a lot of little torn edges that I didn't notice on some of my dyed papers. Okay. Now, let's see if this is going to be too thick. I don't know. I'm going to put it in this one here. Where's my ruler? I just want it to be folded in half. And all I'm doing is I'm pressing my ruler against just to make sure that I get kind of a clean fold. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all these. This is quite a few, so we'll see. Alright. It looks like it can hold it. Yeah, it'll be fine. Cool. So now all we have to do is we're going to have, now on this, on the width part, I'm not going to need to do any trimming, okay? It's only going to be on the top and the bottom. So where's my pencil? I declare this morning I was just doing so many things in here, and now I'm kind of like, I don't know where anything is. I'm going to go ahead and mark my paper just here on the edges where I'm just holding this up so I can see. I want it about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch in. So now I know where to tear those. And I did fold this off just a little bit. I thought I did, and it did. I'm going to try to, there we go. Bring that in a little bit more. There we go. All right. Those are the kind of things that they can be fixed. If you notice them in time, they can be fixed. So now I've got my little lines here. Okay. And I am, you know, I'm thinking, do I want to tear it or do I want to cut it? I think I'll cut this one. I tore the other one. Let me see. I got these tearing rulers from Amazon, and I got to be honest, I thought it was such a great deal, but I'm not crazy about them. It isn't what they're doing, it's the rulers themselves. Check this out. They are so like flimsy, and they just like flop everywhere. And they have a good, I mean, they've got a good cutting line. But I'm thinking I might send them back and get the thicker ruler because they're just really kind of hard to hold down when you're cutting or when you're pulling. I don't know. Does any of you have a suggestion on a better ruler, tearing ruler? I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. Oop, that went off. There we go. Let's see. Almost. Almost got it. All right. There we go. There you go. See, nice straight edge. And now I'm going to do this side. Oops, I probably should do what my friend Sonia tells me and put my ruler on the cork side so it doesn't slip and stand up, so I'm a little safer here. Ah, did you see that? I almost got myself. I like poked my finger a little bit. I have to be so careful. I know we all do, but you know, me and that clumsy thing. It's real, man. The struggle's real. Just playing. So now we have our signature. Let's see how it looks. Perfect. See? Very nice. Very nice. I like it. There we go. Now the writing's up. I just really love the way that page turned out. I think it's so cute. Oh yeah, I did do both sides. But they'll still be able to write over it. It's not going to be too major deal. So I'm going to pause real quick because I need to put a different color of thread in my machine. And I'm going to sew this spine, and I will be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so I sewed it, and of course it went off a bit, but on the inside it looks fine. I started out perfect in the center and then slowly veered to my right, and then I realized and came back a little bit into the spine again, so it's not out of the spine. But you know what? I am not worried about that because I have so many pretty edgings that I want to do one on the side anyway for decoration, so it'll be fine. But yeah, it came out nice. You know, you've got a really nice notebook. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got a 36-page signature here, okay? Because you're going to count your first pages and, of course, times it by 4. So you have 36 pages, which makes for a nice notebook. And then we've got the 2 pockets on both sides. So they've got storage. And I just think it's adorable. I do. I love it. So I'm going to decorate one. I really like this one too. This one came out fun, and I did not, I stapled this one. The reason I didn't staple it is because when I staple, I've just got a regular size staple, and I always have to fold this in, and I inadvertently last night, I stapled this to itself and had to pull it apart because it's so long. It was funny. Anyway, plus it bends your pages, so, and I wanted to show you that you can sew it. And I'm thinking, I have some kind of cool, I'm not sure how well it will attach, but I was thinking that this might look really awesome on the spine. Coming around. I'm going to try and see if I can get this, and I'm going to turn on my glue gun before I forget. Yeah, so anyway, I was thinking this might look really cool. See, because it's almost like a spidery web thing with the butterfly. You know, it's kind of fun. And then I had a couple of pictures over here. Let me see. Oh, here's something. This is the thing I was fiddling with last night. I was making boxes out of cardstock. And I was thinking, you know, I've got to go online and teach myself how to do a lid. But the boxes are super simple. They're fun. You can make them with your own paper. You can use them to store stuff on your desk, or you can use them as a gift box to go along with, like, you know, if you give somebody a gift, you can make them bigger, smaller, whatever. You know, once you have your proportions down, it's super easy, super easy. And that was one of the things I was going to show you. And that was the thing that kept being off by just a fraction, and I had to trim the, you know, one side off. It was kind of funny. But I decided last night, oh, I'll just throw my stuff in here. So I stored a few things I was fiddling with in there, and I was thinking to look real quick and see if any of these might go good on here. I apologize for yawning. I did not sleep good last night. I don't know. I could not go to sleep, and I had to get up at like 1 something because hubby had to be over into Scottsdale, which is about the part of Scottsdale he needs to be in, because Scottsdale's pretty big. He needed to be about 70 miles away from here by he had to get into town and pick up his trailer at 4:45. So he had to leave here at 4:15, which means I had to have him up by 3. So I got up, you know, around 1:30, and yeah. So I'm tired on those days. See, it's Saturday when this is going up, but I am actually filming this on a Monday, so that is a Scottsdale day. So if I'm yawning and sounding a little, yeah, that's why. So I'm just gonna I just tore down some lace, and I'm just gonna plaster it there and build on top of it. I always like that look, and I end up kind of over thinking it sometimes, and lately I've just been doing it because it always turns out cute. So I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna put it there and hope for the best. I know I overglued and underglued and everything else, but we'll work with it. If you've been doing this for any length of time, you know all that stuff is totally fixable. If you're new to junk journaling, then just know that any perceived mistake you make is not necessarily a mistake. It is an opportunity to do something different and fun, you know, that you might not have thought of on your own. So yeah, I'm looking here. I've got some little words at the bottom here that say like notes and stuff like that. Let me see. Oh, good. What? These are fun, and since we have a butterfly right there, I was thinking that we might put a couple of things here on the front that are just giving us opportunity to have it look a little different. I'm going to put my X-Acto knife away. There we go. Or my box cutter, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to use a few little things, collage around, and have a play here with this. We still have a couple of minutes on the camera. Yeah, I really like these. I wanted to see, I have more words here. I was looking real quick because I know I have bigger, like, journal, the word notes, that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm grabbing my boxes from underneath. Ah, here we go. I found them. Yay! Okay, so I have, let's see, I want to do, I don't want to do journal. I was thinking notes would look better than journal, or memories. Let me see. I have got lots that say journal, don't I? There's memories. I thought I might have it saying notes in like a more of a cursive, but I don't think I do. So we'll go ahead and use that, and then I have a couple of these little guys here that I also have in where are they? Ah, found them. I have these too, so I was thinking, okay, might be a little bit fun. I'm just gonna start gluing down. Last night I made a, and I really ended up liking it. I'm gonna probably do it with you guys because I want to do some more. I did these. It's a book page on top of, I ordered this paper from Amazon, and it's kind of like our packing paper, but it's paint, but it's nice. It's not bent up and folded up and wrinkled and all that. I ordered it to do flat, like, collages and stuff on top of, and it's perfect. It's thin. Yeah, I like it a lot. So it was only $3.99 on Amazon. And so I went ahead and I collaged book pages, vintage book page, and then I collaged lace and vellum over that. And now I haven't cut them down completely. And then I started sewing around, like I sewed around the edge of this one. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to, like, cardstock, you know, that's been coffee dyed or whatever. And I thought that would be a fun project to make some book pages, to make some collage pages for our journal cards and stuff from. Just mixing up the fabric, the paper, you know, all kinds of goodies like that. Yep, this is just going to be a fun little collaged notebook in the front where if I can get that to glue, get it to stay down, okay. Glue stick. So do you guys have any special projects you're working on this week? You know, I'm just curious to, I'm always wondering what everybody's working on. I've had a few people join our Facebook group and start posting some pictures, which is amazing. I love seeing what other people are working on, and it's really wonderful to not just hear about it in your comments, but to actually be able to see some of the work that you're doing. I really do enjoy that. I really, really do. So if you have some special things you're working on, let us know. It might inspire somebody else, you know? You never know what you're doing that might be like the spark somebody needed to get them onto their next project or to their first one, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and distress this little sign here. And I think I put it down here. I am going to put her on here. I like her. She's pretty. I have some in that picture book of England and the houses. There's also some pictures of folks that owned the homes, you know, these historical homes. And a lot of them are portraits, you know, like this. So I just really want to get those separated and available to you guys. I think you'll like them. I hope you like them. They're pretty cool. I think they're nice. So I don't know. Every time I look, I don't know how you guys are, if you have an Etsy shop or you do digitals at all, but actually I think I kind of like it right there. But yeah, it's so cool to, it's changed my perspective. I look at books and I look at pictures and things, and my first thought isn't, oh, I can put that in my journal. It's that I can make that available to somebody, and then I'll tear down, you know, then I'll use it. But I can't use it until I've made it available to someone else. So, because you guys might never see, you know, the same books I see, and I just think it's good to share. So we're gonna do a couple more. Let's see. That one looks kind of fun. I'm gonna tear it though. I've been trying, if you haven't noticed, I've been trying to do some straight edges, which if anyone has been watching me at all, you know that I'm like Miss Tear Queen. Oh, here it is. I was looking for one with the butterfly. That was right. I was thinking, yeah, I'll tear him down. But yeah, I'm always tearing everything down, and lately I've been trying, and I say lately, I mean like the last couple of videos, I've been trying to leave a few things not torn. Changing it up, switching it up, you know, gotta make it exciting and new all the time, right? I think I get stuck in a rut. I really do. I don't mean to, but I find something I like, and then I just keep doing it, and one day I realize, gosh, I don't think I've done anything new in a minute, you know? That's not good. So I'm gonna put that there, and I think, where's that other piece? Here we go. I'm gonna tear this. I'm not sure if it'll look good there, but I'm gonna check. Yeah, I just realized what I think I want to do is I want to do more. Do I have? Yes, I do. Here it is. I want to do this one. You really got to make sure and get your edges on this vellum, because it will pop up on you. I tried doing the double-sided tape with vellum, and I'll be honest, I had a hard time with it. I was struggling to get it in the right place. I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. So I just started using the Scotch glue stick, and it seems to be better, at least for me. If anybody has any really great suggestions about vellum and gluing it down, please feel free to speak up. I'm serious. I would love to know your suggestions. And I was looking here at these little, I just kind of wanted to collage these little things because of the butterfly and just the scenery of the plants and stuff on this one. Maybe she's, you know, an adventurer who goes out and discovers beautiful wildlife, and like our Edith Holden, and they've just done a portrait of her, but she actually loves all this stuff. Do you guys do that when you create something? Do you ever sometimes try to create a picture? You know what I mean? Like a story with what you're putting down? I do sometimes. Not all the time, but I don't know, once in a while I just feel like it's kind of cool to kind of create a little story around the people that you're putting, or the pictures that images you're displaying. Okay, let's see here. I know this is probably bizarre, but you know me, I love collaging, and I love these tiny ones. They're so cute. And I cannot, oh gosh, I cannot remember the name of the shop where I got these from. I had another lady ask me, and I actually had to go in and search through all my purchases to find it. And now I can't remember again what it was called. I buy from so many different shops on Etsy, you know what I mean? And I just don't always remember their names necessarily. Okay, and I'm going to glue down, I'm going to put him right here between these guys. And then I am going to do that edging I talked about. Let's see. And hopefully I can get this to stay on. I hope. I'm wondering if I should. No, I'm going to use this. And this is how I've done it before, and it worked. Just takes a minute, takes some patience to get it to stick. And because I'm going on a curve, it's probably going to take me a minute, you know, of holding it. But I guess I'm safest with art glitter glue, because if I try to do a glue gun, of course, that's just gonna really make a mess and spring up and get everywhere. So oops, crooked. Yeah, I'm gonna do the edge first. Ah, shucks. Now I know I've done it before. I've used it with that glue. I know I have. You know what I should do is I know what I'm going to do. I bet this might work. Watch. I hope this works, and that I don't end up tearing it or something. I'm going to press that down really well on that side, and then I'm going to clip it. Yay! I hope this does it. I was thinking to use these, but I'm not sure I'm strong enough to open it. Let's see. Oh, good, I did. Okay, good. I hope this works. All right. There we go. Okay, guys, I paused for just a second so this could dry. So that did work for me. So there's our notebook on the inside. That stayed on. So that's good. And then I'm just taking a little bit of my glue stick and I'm going around the edges to kind of bring some, I don't know what you'd call that, but I just love the glue stick framing things. I think it's just fun, you know. Okay, so I hope you like these little notebooks. Like I said, it made a nice 36-page notebook that you can stick into your journal, like in an inside pocket or whatever, or just as a go along, or give as a gift. You could do a closure on it. You know, you can decorate the insides. Of course, I probably will, and then put a couple of decorated, you know, journal cards in there, or maybe some, I don't know, tags, whatever, bookmark, you know, that kind of thing. Will sit right in there. A couple of tags for them, and yeah, it'll be cute. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Love you. Bye.